Hi there, my name's Rachel and it is day 41 of the current lockdown, and this is a hat that doesn't get an outing anywhere near as much as it should. So I'm here to remind you that you are still not alone. Shima the cat is having a little bit of a mad half hour. She's running around. She ran past my leg so quickly just then that I got a little bit of a static electric shock of her tail. And today I want to talk a little bit about letting go. So, at Mindful Therapies, letting go is the attitude of the week this week. And I think it's a really interesting area, and there's a lot of areas where we can practice letting go. But today I want to talk about letting go of our beliefs about ourselves. So, we often hold on to beliefs about ourselves based on how we used to be or how people told us in the past that we are or we were. So I held on to a belief for a very long time that I didn't stick at things. And I think it's because there was a brief period of time where I gave up a few things at once, and it was like keyboard lessons, judo, and I might have given up dance classes all at a similar time. And it was interesting. I was talking to someone about this a few years ago, and this view I had of myself, and they said, "Oh, so you mean you tried things out?" And it was like, "Oh, there's a different way of looking at it." So we can look at doing things and not sticking with them as I can't stick at things, or we can look at it as I try things out. So what I'd like you to do is think about a view of yourself that you would like to let go of. So this might, so some sort of negative view, a belief that is just not serving you. So it might be that you don't stick at things. It might be that you're untidy. It might be that, I often hear people saying, I can't give that up because I have an addictive personality. And that might be true, but certainly if you believe that, then you're never going to give anything up. So have a think about what it is that you would like to let go of in terms of beliefs. And then I'd like you to think about either a positive way of looking at that, or just the complete opposite. So for example, a negative view of myself, particularly in my 20s, was that I was impulsive. So impulsivity probably meant that I possibly wasn't always the most sensible, and sometimes did things that were not the healthiest. But I was also in my 20s, and I could do an opposite. But I think actually for that one, for me, there is some positive in impulsivity if you change it to spontaneous. So instead of saying, "Oh, she's a bit impulsive," like, "Oh, she can be spontaneous." Or it might be a view of myself as being untidy, which, let's face it, is true some of the time. But it's not always true. I'm looking around my living room now. I've got everything on my living room table exactly where I want it, at right angles. Looks good. I've also got my scrapbook on the floor, but it's drying because I've just been sticking things in it. So if I closed it and put it away, then the pages would stick together. So there's a few things out, but it's how I want it. So I could view myself as tidy or could not. So for me, the two ones I'm going to work on today is tuning into my breath. As I breathe in, I'm going to say to myself, I am spontaneous. And as I breathe out, I'm going to let go of the belief that I'm impulsive. And then after I've done that for a few rounds, I'm going to breathe in while saying to myself, I am tidy, or I am organized. And then as I breathe out, I'm going to let go of the view that I am messy and untidy. Because whether it's true or not, it's not helpful. And if I believe it, then why bother tidying up? Because I'm a messy person, it'll only get messy again. So, hopefully you've found some views to work on. So just close your eyes and settle into a meditation posture. And when you're ready, start to tune into your breath. And as you breathe in, picking one of the positive views that you want to take on about yourself, and breathe that in. I am organized. I am tidy. I am spontaneous. And as you breathe out, letting go of the opinion of yourself that no longer serves you. I am messy. I am untidy. I am impulsive. So we're breathing in what we want to be, what we want to believe. And we're breathing out this old view that we're letting go of. And you might stick with the same words throughout the practice, or you might mix it up a bit. But either way, you're breathing in what you want to believe, and you're breathing out what you want to let go of. And you might, as you do this, breathe in whilst saying, I am. And as you breathe out, saying, I let go. I am tidy. I let go of messiness. I am fun and spontaneous and creative. I let go of impulsivity. Just noticing how this feels. And then when you're ready, starting to let go of the words. Just noticing the sounds around you. And opening your eyes when you're ready. And you might not believe these new words straight away. The problem with our minds is that they are lazy. The reason why you believe the things that you believe is because you believe them. And the more we tell ourselves things, the habit of these words, the more we believe them. And the more we believe them, the more we say them. So it becomes a vicious cycle. And the first few hundred times we say something different, it feels like, well, I'm just lying to myself. But why not? Why isn't it true? Who says? And when we start to say these things, then we start to look for evidence to support it. So the other thing that our brains do is something called confirmation bias, which is basically that when we are given loads of information, which we are constantly all the time, we only notice the information that confirms what we already believe. So if I believe that I'm really messy, then I'm going to look around and I'm going to see that little bit of paper on the floor that I've thrown for the cats last night that I haven't put in the bin yet. I'm going to notice the scrapbook that I haven't put away yet. What else might I notice? A mug that's out of place. And I'm not going to notice all of the clean surfaces. I'm not going to notice the fact that I've done the dishes. I'm not going to notice the clean carpet. If I start to tell myself I am tidy, then I'm going to notice the examples that confirm that. And then that's going to help me to start believing it, which is going to help me do it more. So it all kind of goes around in cycles. So we start to work on the belief, which feels a bit weird. We then start to find the evidence for the belief. And then we start to behave differently, which further confirms the new belief. Because actually, in reality, all of us have a mixture. We're a mixture of all of these qualities. And we have a choice about what we think, and a choice about what we do, and a choice about what we notice. So explore this, explore what it's like to let go of a self-belief that you don't need anymore, and see what happens. And remember, you're still not alone. Bye.